Hello and welcome to I Can't Say It, day 209. What's the weight looking like today? I don't recall, so I have no weight to report. Sorry about that. It's actually coming up on 11:59, so I'm probably going to make this a much shorter video than usual. Days get a little funny when you take a nap in the middle of the day. So, and I don't know how long I slept, but we slept, and my wife slept. And that's what you do when you're tired. Woke up a little too early or went to bed a little too late. And that's what happens. Anyway, so we just finished watching stage 17 of the Tour de France. Even though today was stage 20, I'm a little bit behind in watching this. And it was a fabulous race. It was a pretty short race. It was 40 miles, but there was like 3 huge climbs in it. And the last one was a 10-kilometer climb. And it was won by Nairo Quintana from Colombia, and second place was Dan Martin of Ireland. And the standings changed too, so that was pretty exciting. Not too much, because Gerhard Thomas is still in the lead, but Tom Boudin is now in second, and Chris Froome is in third. So I think tomorrow was the next day is a rest day, and then there's 2 or 3 more races. But for those of you that don't know, the Tour de France finishes on Sunday, and today being Saturday means that come tomorrow, we'll know who the winner is before I finish watching all of the episodes. So that'll be slightly disappointing, but if you've seen any of the NBC cycling events, they sometimes last 6 hours, and I don't have 6 hours to devote. So I'm sitting there pressing the fast forward button through it, watching as much as I can. But fortunately, across the top, they will tell you who's in the lead, who's the chase group number 2, chase group number 3, the peloton. So if you're fast forwarding, you can kind of tell by the times and the people's names that are listed there how they're doing. So if there is a change, you can actually stop and go back to see when the change was. Excuse me. And so I actually find that kind of helpful. So that's what we're doing. That's the month of July, Tour de France, and following who's and what's going on. So it looks like the guy from Wales is probably going to win. Second, third, fourth place, I don't know just yet. I'll be interested to see how they do in the time trial, because most of the good time trialists have left the Tour. They didn't either finish or they dropped out. And so what you got is the really good climbers in there, and you're going to see, well, are these climbers good at time trials, and how do they compare, and will the standings change at all? We don't predict that they will, but it's interesting to see if they do. Okay, I did not do what I said I was going to do in terms of trying to add a banner to the bottom of the video, because when you record this using the YouTube app, it didn't seem to allow me the opportunity to edit it that way. So I will have to look at it a different way, to go back and look at the video, maybe through iMovie, pull the movie into iMovie, and then edit it that way. But I just didn't make the time for that today. Okay, we can go on to the next of our Aesop's fables, The Crow and the Pitcher. Necessity is the mother of invention. That is probably actually my most famous quote. If somebody were to say, John, pick a quote, necessity is the mother of invention, is usually the one that comes to mind, simply because if there's anything that you need to do, either there's a method that's already been created, or you have to come up with a way to handle it yourself. Because you don't know what you don't know. And if there's something that you need to do, well, fortunately we have the internet these days, so we can go out and see what people have done. And sometimes you can get inspiration from what people have done there, take ideas, copy them, improve them. And yes, you can sort of think of that as an invention of your own on how to do something that you need to do. Stuff like that. So I did not read this ahead of time, so I have no idea what it says. So let's hear. It says, a thirsty cow found a pitcher containing some water, albeit too little and too low to reach. Did I say cow or crow? Let's try it again. A thirsty crow found a pitcher containing some water, albeit too little and too low to reach. As it seemed she would die within sight of the remedy, the crow struck upon an idea to drop pebbles into the pitcher. The water level rose and the crow was able to drink. The crow in the pitcher. I don't know that I've heard that one before, but it is nice to think the crow in the pitcher. So now what you have to do is you have to sort of burn it into your brain. The crow in the pitcher, and you have to, and usually the best way to burn those things into your brain is to form a mental image of it, of a crazy crow and a big pitcher throwing pebbles and watching the water rise. Because a lot of the memories that are in our head tend to be visual, and we have a visual cues that usually help us remember such things, to remember most memories. Anyway, like I said, I was going to try to make this video short, but yes, now I'm coming up on 6 minutes. So, weigh day is Monday. Am I going to hit my goal of 263? I have no idea. Hard to say. I hope so. I do think that the bicycle riding is going to start this week, so I am happy about that. Let's see, anything else going on in the world? No, I wasn't paying attention too much to Twitter today. So I'm just going to end it right here. Wish you all a pleasant evening, and I will see you tomorrow.